When was the last time you saw a Lexus NX350h Overtrail on the road? And exactly, it is one of those SUVs that turns head because you don't get to see it every day. But I got a chance to spend almost 800 kilometers right behind this wheel, and out of which 300 kilometers was purely a stretch of hilly section. And I think I finally understand what is so special about the Lexus NX. And the first thing that grabs your attention is the design. Even though the NX has been around for a while, it still feels freshly carved. The sharp lines, the spindle grille, and those sleek LED headlamps give it plenty of road presence. This Overtrail edition adds another layer of exclusivity. The Moon Desert shade you're looking at is exclusive to this variant, and honestly, it's the color I would pick. Interestingly, it also gets smaller 18-inch alloy wheels compared to the regular NX. Not only do they suit the rugged character, they also help the proportions look just right. And because it's a Lexus, people look. Not because it's flashy, but because it's rare. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, I say luxury isn't about being loud. Sometimes it is simply about being different. Step inside and you'll immediately notice something. That the cabin hasn't chased trends. Instead, Lexus has focused on things that make a luxury car feel luxurious. The seats. They are generally among the best I've experienced in this segment. Supportive, comfortable, and ideal for spending long hours behind the wheel. The instrument display is crisp. The E-latch door handles, they still feel clever every single time you use them. Then there are physical buttons. Lots of them. And personally, I absolutely love that. Because to me, luxury isn't about hiding every function inside one giant touchscreen. It's about combining thoughtful technology with tactile controls and premium leather and displays that simply work. Even the center console opens from both sides. A small touch, but one that reminds you how much thought has gone into everyday usability. And what I didn't appreciate though is the absence of wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And while some people might call this cabin looking dated, I think it gives off old money vibes. And then comes the biggest reason I would really consider buying this SUV, and that's the hybrid system. Over the last few days, I've driven this SUV close to 700 kilometers, and around 300 of those were through hilly terrain. And despite that, I managed to do roughly 14.5 kilometers to a liter, and that is purely impressive for an SUV of this size. Performance isn't explosive, nor it is trying to be. There's enough punch for quick overtakes and relaxed highway cruising. The transition between the petrol engine and electric motor remains beautifully smooth. It is one of those hybrids you stop noticing after a while. And that's probably the biggest compliment I can give it. The NX Overtrail has been tuned with comfort as its priority. At highway speeds, it feels beautifully settled. The brakes inspire confidence and the suspension simply glides over long undulations, but slow things down, and you begin noticing its softer character. Below around 30 kmph, there's a little too much vertical movement. Almost that typical floaty sensation you associate with comfort-focused luxury SUVs. The run-flat tires don't help much either. In fact, they transfer little more third than you would want into the cabin. And the tire noise, well, that becomes irritable at times. Honestly, none of it is a deal breaker, but you'll tend to notice all these things if you spend more time with the car. So should you buy the Lexus NX350h Overtrail? And my answer is yes, because this car offers what other rivals in its segment cannot, and that's character. Despite its age, the design looks timeless, the hybrid system is brilliant, and the interior is thoughtfully designed. And unlike other modern luxury SUVs, it doesn't overwhelm you with loads of technology just for the sake of it. Instead, it quietly gets almost everything right. And perhaps that's the most Lexus bit about it.